Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today I want to talk about Garry and his upcoming fight with Vincent Luque. That's how I say it. Hopefully I'm not butchering it. So Garry, Ian Machado Garry, I think is his middle name, goes by The Future. That is his kind of like in-ring name. So he currently has a record of 13-0, undefeated. 6'3", weighs 170 pounds, has a 74-inch reach. He's an orthodox stance, but if you look at most of his fights, he has won from a KO/TKO, honestly by kicks, punches, that whole kind of thing. But what I wanted to talk about in this video is the hype real? Is Garry the next Conor McGregor, right? We've seen a lot of similarities between Garry, Conor McGregor, almost predicting fights, the whole Mystic Mac, if you guys know what that means. Very similar stance in terms of fighting from the old Conor McGregor, bringing out the Irish flag. He kind of feels like a younger Conor McGregor back when he was on the rise, and it's nice to see. However, I don't think he is the next Conor McGregor in the sense of what Conor was able to achieve during his time, or kind of in his prime at the UFC. As much as people want to point fingers and say Conor McGregor is a bad person, he's on a losing streak, he has fell off. If you look at what Conor McGregor was able to achieve during his time in the UFC, it is very, very impressive. He was a double champion, honestly knocked out pretty much everyone in the division, went from nothing to being one of the highest paid athletes currently right now. So yeah, there's a lot to be said about Conor McGregor. However, with Garry, I feel like this happens a lot with the UFC, with people who are undefeated, people that talk a lot, people that try to call out fights. With Garry trying to call out Wonder Boy. Wonder Boy obviously was like, "You're not ready yet," which is, in my opinion, kind of true, right? I mean, you've only had 13 fights in the UFC, right? And the thing is, with all the hype that is going on, and I'm not taking away from his wins, which obviously have been pretty dominant, but what I think is it's too early to start calling out all of these people, right? If you look at like who he's actually fought in terms of big names, I mean, I would honestly just say Neil Magny, but Neil Magny is not really like a huge name in the UFC, and he only won by a decision. I mean, he's fought guys like Gabe Green, Daniel Rodriguez, Jordan Williams. Do you know any of those names? Most people don't. So it's not like he has really been someone that has like taken out champions or people that are just big names in the UFC. And I think the problem is that when we hype these people up, right, it's like if they lose, that deteriorates kind of what they're trying to go after, right? That kind of mission of becoming like the best, the next Conor McGregor. And I think when you compare yourself to a previous fighter, I think that creates a big problem for you, because then your expectation is you're going to try to become the same thing, if not better, than the person before you. So I wish that Garry continues to stay on this winning streak, try to define himself as his own type of fighter, not someone that is like Conor McGregor, right? How can you define yourself as being different than, Conor, who we've previously seen? So again, his next upcoming fight is against someone who kind of is more well-known. I wouldn't say a top person, but Vincent Luque, who's a great fighter. He has a lot of really, really interesting, bloody, just kind of crazy fights in the UFC. So we'll talk about him really, really quick, because I think he is a good fighter, but I think in terms of like names, he's not really super big. So, Vincent Luque has a record of 22-9 with one split or draw, you could say. 5'11", weighs 170 pounds, 75-inch reach, so 1 inch more. And Vincent's most recent win was Rafael Dos Anjos. However, he did lose 2 fights previously before that against Bilal Muhammad and Geoff Neal. So But yeah, in terms of like people that Vincent Luque has fought, he's fought Stephen Thompson, he's fought Michael Chiesa, Tyron Woodley. So he's fought some pretty big names, Mike Perry, as you guys know, Leon Edwards. So this will be interesting. This is going to be kind of my prediction is that if Ian Garry does win this fight, it is now going to lead him one step closer to possibly getting on a main card fight. I think if you beat someone like Vincent Luque in a pretty dominant fashion, the argument could be made that you can go against someone who is kind of in the top 10, possibly top 5, depending on the hype that he has. So let me know what you guys think down below. Is Ian Garry the new Conor McGregor, or is this just all hype? Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out. Bye.